What is good, Cuddy people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bobbalam hitting the Lil Uzi shoulder roll to that way because we got crazy good news. As y'all probably already know, yesterday we got a new single from Lil Uzi Vert. Everything seems well and good at the surface, but I'm sure a lot of y'all don't know what actually went down behind the scenes for us to get this song. Allegedly, Lil Uzi was forced to drop That Way by a hacker threatening to release it themselves. Let's talk about it. Okay, so as mentioned, early yesterday morning, the Uzi gods blessed us with That Way literally out of nowhere. Or at least that's what it seemed like, because in actuality, we should have seen it coming. For the night before, Uzi went on IG Live talking about how he's trying to drop music, but a hacker keeps trying to leak it. In the end though, he's not tripping because the music will come out anyway.
Nah, I don't be tripping though. Look, I be chilling. I be chilling, bro. I swear to God. I'm trying to drop it. No, listen. I know y'all get tired of me talking. I get tired of talking, so that's why I don't talk. I just go in the cut. But I'm trying to drop it. And I ain't talking about, whole death. They on some whole other shit. They got it. Like, they don't even play with it. Enough said, don't talk. But motherfucker keep trying to leak my shit, and I ain't tripping. Like, I understand y'all want the music. The music gonna come out anyway, so I don't trip when y'all do that shit. But they tripping, bro. Just cool out.
Only a few short hours later, we received That Way, alluding that same hacker he was talking about was threatening to leak That Way specifically, so in turn he was forced to drop it himself to capitalize off all the hard work and money put into the song, so he could recoup the money he put in and ultimately profit from his own music. Music leaks before officially releasing causes a significant decrease in the hype built up for the song. Think about if Santa told you what he got you 2 days before Christmas when you opened it, compared to the usual surprise when you had no idea what it was and how happy you were because you didn't. I could barely sleep the night before Christmas growing up, but maybe that was just all the crack I was smoking. But anyway, DJ Drama also allegedly confirmed that That Way was not supposed to be the lead single for Eternal Atake, which again tells me that they only dropped because of the leaker in a similar fashion to how Cardi dropped Die Lit 2 years ago on a random day because leakers had already dropped the entire album, so they had to be quick to capitalize before the hype was lost. In fact, the same thing happened to Sanguine Paradise and That's a Rack for Uzi, in that hackers dropped the songs and forced Uzi and his label to officially release the songs to not waste the money that they had already put into those songs. Now that we have one official song from Uzi in 2020, we are still left wondering, is Eternal Atake dropping soon? Is it dropping March 13th as the Pluto Discovery? In my humble opinion, I think we are 100% getting the album next Friday on the 13th due to a few key reasons. Pun intended, but we'll get into that later. Firstly, the mere fact that That Way was so easily dropped on the fly like it was when a hacker was threatening Uzi means that all the Eternal Atake songs are already uploaded onto the major streaming platforms, because again, it wasn't even supposed to be the lead single. It usually takes a couple days at the fastest for Spotify and Apple Music to upload the MP3 cover art along with all the correct metadata to its massive database, since it's flooded with so much music on an hourly basis. We also know that Eternal Atake is definitely complete and clear due to the specific qualities of That Way, and that it is a remix, sample, or whatever you want to call it for all the music business buffs of Backstreet Boys' original song, which takes weeks and if not months of negotiating with the group's management to approve the percentage royalties they will receive from it, and just to approve that Uzi can even use their song. They're not going to let any old whack rapper use their hit single. And Uzi and his producers have to do the same process for every song that uses a sample and or melody or cadence or lyrics from past songs way before the album release date, in case that they run into any legal issues. And many hit songs do have some sort of sample, melody, or cadence that they use from past songs. The last explicit piece of evidence we have is at Daily Rap Facts on Twitter, which only posts facts, of course, adding Lil Uzi Vert Eternal Atake to the list of releases this month in March. Now, I know like every other video, all the comment warriors are gonna come out with all their dildo machine guns hot and ready saying that Daily Rap Facts could be wrong, but I am almost positive this company has someone on the inside. I haven't seen them be wrong once. Now, let's get into the good stuff, the cryptic messages Uzi hides within his actual content. First things first, many people were trying to earn their shout out thinking they were the first ones to see all the details in the That Way cover art, but sadly, I was already on that shit like the toilet after Thanksgiving dinner. Keep trying though, y'all will earn your spot in the video if you hit me up with some evidence that I haven't seen before. But anyway, within the cover, if you look really closely, Uzi is holding the keys to Eternal Atake in his left hand, which gives us another clue that EA is dropping really soon. Also, I'm sure y'all noticed but didn't really pay much attention to it. I didn't either at first, but his hair is obviously orange in the cover, whereas his current hair is blonde. Fortunately, Uzi actually gave us some insight on the meaning behind this on Twitter, claiming that way was some orangey tangerine shit. It's cool, it's sweet, it's nice, but Baby Pluto gonna take you out of space, girl. Some Uzi fans are claiming that orangey and Baby Pluto represent different personas of Uzi and might be two different projects. I do believe that this is the case, it's two different personas. However, I think orangey and Baby Pluto will both be on Eternal Atake. 16 songs gives a lot of room for different styles and vibes, and That Way was one of the more pop songs that will appeal to a wider audience, thus help increase exposure, getting new fans, and ultimately sales for the album. Think about it, we Uzi fans may not hold That Way to be our favorite song of his, although I did think it was fire, but that's because it's not the pure Uzi vibe we're used to on the mixtapes. I mean, when is the single of your favorite artist's album ever your favorite song? Usually the single is the one that all the little white girls are gonna like because it can relate to everybody and hit the broadest audience. On the other hand, Baby Pluto will be the heart of Eternal Atake, as it correlates heavily with the space vibe we always expected from the album, ever since the leaks of 1600, of course, and other leaks, and even up to the snippet he previewed of Audi. Furthermore, Uzi responded to a fan asking if we should expect happy or sad feelings from Baby Pluto, to which Baby Pluto himself responded with Baby Pluto off the drank, which would make most fans think he's just bullshitting, but actually, he might be hinting once again at Future vibes. He's got the blonde hair like Future, his nickname is Baby Pluto, and well, Future has sipped more Purple Flurp drank than Sheen from Jimmy Neutron, so we can probably expect a Future-inspired Uzi on Eternal Atake, especially since he's been listening to Future literally every time he's been on live or posted a story in the last month. I think it's even possible we get another single before the official EA release in which the cover is blonde, since as we talked about, this is his current hair color, and quite possibly with more of the Uzi we were expecting from the album on the spacey vibes. Last thing before we go, Uzi slyly alluded to some interesting topics in the lyrics of That Way, in which he spoke briefly about his label situation and possibly his Rich the Kid relationship. On the first verse, Uzi says, "The reason I'm rich, cause I had to go and just fix my percentage," which very blatantly tells us that he successfully renegotiated his deal with Atlantic and/or Generation Now with the help of Hove and Rock Nation to get more money from his music than the 15% that he was rumored to have received from Love Is Rage 2. This is great for Uzi because it's not like his label even needs to spend money on marketing anymore. This dude literally pisses and we all think this means Eternal Atake is going to have a yellow color on the cover art. Last but not least, Uzi says if he dropped an album, thought it was trash day. And I know this is a reach because there is very little context, but as I mentioned last video, Rich the Kid may be dropping his album Boss Man on March 13th alongside Uzi. If Uzi knew this, he could have thrown a little jab at Rich saying his album is trash, knowing that his sales were about to flop if Uzi dropped on the same day. So with that, it's your boy Bobbalam signing off, threatening Uzi, claiming I have all the EA songs ready to be leaked, so he should just drop it right now. Let me know in the comments what y'all thought about That Way. Make sure to like and subscribe while you're at it to find out when Uzi's morning dump time is. Peace out, cloud people. Know what I'm saying?